I believe you can all hear me. If you can hear me, kindly just give me a thumbs up. This on the reaction button. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Cornell. I trust we had an amazing day. Thank you so much for taking your time out to join us this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just we had an amazing time. Thank you. Yeah, so we're so pleased to welcome everyone on the call this evening. Thank you for joining us. We promise that it's going to be productive time. It's going to be worth your time because I believe that some of us, we've had a long day, went to work, maybe got back tired, and then you still find yourself on this call today. So thank you so much for taking time out to join us. We are super, super, super excited to have you on the call. Please and please, before we go on, we just want to crave your indulgence to please share the link, the webinar link with your friend, your colleague, your network. Get them to join the call as well because it's going to be an insightful session. So you don't want anybody to miss out. If you feel like you have a friend that you both have shared your goals together, you want to both achieve or get on a new skill, learning a new skill and all of that, please ensure that you share this webinar link with them. It will be great to have them on the call with us tonight also. Please just take a moment to share with your friends, share with your network, your community, your WhatsApp, whatever it is. We want to have as many people as possible on this call today because it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great and amazing time. So please and please do well to share the link with your friends. Thank you, support. Thank you. So that's the link in the chat box. So please ensure that you just copy it and paste it on your WhatsApp status. Send it to that your friend, right? You guys, you got to do this together in year 2026. So pursuing that dream, that new skill that you've had in mind to learn since a long time ago. Now is the time. So please ensure that you send to your friend, your colleague, your family member, your brother, your sister, whoever. Please do well to say to them. We want to have as many people as possible on this call because this call is going to be beneficial to everybody. So while we're doing that, thank you so much. While we're at it, we would just like to get to know you. We just like to get to know you briefly before we proceed into what we have for you today. I believe you all know what is happening. This webinar is to prepare you for the cloud role, the DevOps industry, cloud industry, and all of that. So if you have zero experience in tech or zero knowledge about what cloud is, you are at the right place this evening. And I want you to get your pen ready, get your journal ready, whatever it is, your note taker, get it ready because it's going to be real tonight, right? So please and please, before we go on, we'll just like you to tell us a bit about yourself, right? I know I can see our names on the call already, but just tell us where you are joining us from and also your background experience. We want to know whether you have a tech experience or you're new into tech. We just want to have an idea of who our audience is tonight. So please and please, we want to read from you in the chat box. We want to read from you in the chat box. Just tell us your location. We want to know where you're joining us from. Are you joining us from the UK, from Nigeria, from Canada, Australia, wherever you're joining us from? Let's get to meet with you and also tell us about your experience. Do you already have a background experience in tech or you're new? We just really want to have that idea so that we can get to know the people we are talking to tonight. But not to worry, this is for whether you're a newbie or you are an experienced person already. You already know about cloud, you know what you do in cloud, you know that the cloud is not the sky and all of that, right? So, but regardless, we still want to get to know you. So please and please ensure that you drop that in the comment section. I will be there reading from us. Want to hear from everybody tonight on the call. We want to hear from everyone tonight on the call just to get an idea, to know you a bit before we get into what we have for you for tonight. So please and please, I'm waiting. I want to hear from Ilda. I want to hear from Adobe. I want to hear from Ade to Marian. I hope I got that right. I want to hear from Aremu Bernard. So please and please just tell us your expectation. One thing you're looking to take out from today's webinar, right? You want to be job ready, right? But what exactly it is that you want to get out from tonight's webinar? So that's what we are basically asking you. Please and please ensure that you drop that in the comment section. I will be there. Yeah, we have a number of people on the call already. There is Eric, there is Handy, there is Adiza. So let's get to hear you. Let's get to hear from you rather. Kingsley as well, Michael, Mitchell, Phillips, Oluwashola, Moturo Tolu, right? Samuel, we want to hear from you. Shale. Okay. I can see some messages in the chat box already. Just keep it coming. Just keep it coming. I will get to it. Bernard is joining from Takwa, Ghana. Wow. Okay. He says, I have IT support slash help desk role experience. That's good. Great to know that about you, Bernard. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Favor, where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Let's get to hear from you. Let's get to really know where you're joining us from and your expectation, basically, your expectation. And Oluwashala as well, you're joining from Germany as well. So what's your expectation? What are you looking to take out from today's webinar? Of course, we have sent out the invite. We have our guest speaker who is going to be with us on the call. She is on the call with us as well. So it would just be good for us to just have a knowledge, just have an idea of the people that we are reaching out to tonight. So please and please do well to share with us. Do well to share with us. Do well to share with us. Okay, Samuel says it's joining from DI Lagos students and no tech experience. That's good. That's good. You're part of our audience, Samuel, just so you know. So you're part of our audience tonight. That's very good. Okay, we have another Samuel here. That's Samuel Frank. He says, Frank from Nigeria. I am a web developer and entry-level cloud engineer. I'm here to help understand what the market holds for DevOps engineering and its projection. Amazing. Love that. That's really beautiful. And you're going to be getting to hear about that or getting to know about that tonight during the course of this webinar. Ms. Temi says, joining from UK, I have experience working with a cloud-based system. That's amazing. She is a business analyst. Awesome. Okay, so we have another person who's joining us from Mina, Niger State. Okay, she says no tech. Okay, so apologies. Hilda says no tech experience. Okay, we have Winter. She says she's joining from Lagos, Nigeria, cybersecurity intense. Okay, that's good. Eric is joining from Nigeria. Okay, so please let me get to know your expectation. Let's get to hear your expectation for tonight's webinar. I know I've read from Frank, I've read from Samuel Aremu as well. I've read from other people and they've been able to, share their expectation and their background experience as well, which is very great. So, but we can still, let's get to read from more people. Okay, Philip says, UK, no prior IT experience. That's awesome. That's okay. That's fine. That's perfect. Okay, so we have Eric from Nigeria as well. Let's keep it coming in. Let's keep it coming in. We still want to read from more people. We want to read from more people. I believe that we are more than these on the call. So let's get to read from more people. Let's get to read from more people. I haven't heard from Charlie. I haven't heard from Richard as well. So please and please, let's get to hear from you, Michelle. Let's get to hear from you as well. I will be in the chat box. So please and please and please, waiting for our responses. All right. So while we're doing that, like I mentioned earlier, we have our guest speaker. She's not a guest speaker. Apologies. Of course, she is not a guest speaker. She is the founder of Cloudboosta Academy, right? She's Gbemisola Ojo, and I'm just going to be reading her bio. I'm sure that she's still going to be doing making an introduction herself, but I will just read her bio and then hand over to her. So please ensure that whatever question you have, please, for those of us on the call, please ensure that you would send a Slido link to you in the chat box. So please ensure that you just use the Slido link to put in your question. Oh, that's fine, Charlie. No problem. South Africa. Okay, okay, good. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. So we're going to be sending the link is in the chat box already. So please ensure that you use the Slido link to put in your question so that we don't get to miss out while she's having a session. So please ensure that you make use of the Slido link. If you put in your question directly, we might not be able to pick all the questions because the chats will keep running over and we might be missing out on some important question. So that's the Slido link in the chat box already. While Gbemi is taking a session or having a session, please ensure that you just use it, put in your question there, and she will be able to take it up from there. All right, so I have the honor of introducing to us tonight Gbemisola Ojo, who is a Cloud DevOps Manager at PwC in the United Kingdom and the founder of Cloudboosta Technology Solutions, an edtech company that has trained more than 100 students and supported their transition from non-tech background into well-paying roles. She brings extensive experience in managing cloud infrastructure and streamlining software development processes. She is a certified AWS Solutions Architect Associate, and her strong passion for technology coupled with a commitment to continual learning inspired a transition from mechanical engineering into the tech industry. Gbemisola is happily married and a proud mother of two. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome tonight Gbemisola Ojo as she takes over from here tonight. Welcome, 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 Gbemisola. It's so good to have you on the call.
Thank you so much, Ife. Hi, everyone. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a joy to have you all here. For those of you joining our webinar for the first time this year, happy New Year. How many of you are joining us for the first time this year? Please give me, just type 1 in the chat box. If you've already joined us for one of our webinars before, this I'm talking about this year. If you joined the last webinar, give me a 2 in the chat box. So let me see your 1s and 2s. If this is the first webinar you're joining this year, give me a 1. If you've joined a webinar already, and this is the second time, give me a 2. Wow, most of you are joining me for the first time. I feel like singing the first time I song for you. Anyways, you're welcome. Please still give me the ones and I want to know the people that are joining us for the very first time and those that have joined us before. So just keep the responses coming. Amazing. Okay, some of you have joined before and some of you are joining for the first time. In any case, you are most welcome. Please keep the numbers coming. Right, keep the numbers coming. Yeah, indeed, if you have any questions, please make sure that you feel free to ask your questions. It's always a joy, right? It's always a joy to be here with you guys. I can't see more 1s and 2s. So only like 6 people have responded. We have about 30 people on the call. So please give us your 1s and 2s. Okay, I'll go on with the presentation. I hope you can all see my screen. Again, thumbs up if you can see my screen so we can go. You know the way, this tech world, you always have to confirm everything so that you're not, sometimes you don't be talking, you don't know you're moving. Sometimes you share your screen, you don't know that you haven't actually shared it. Super, I can see your thumbs up and your beautiful. So tonight's webinar is about being job ready for your cloud and DevOps roles in 8 weeks, which is so exciting, right? And I can already see some questions coming in, which I cannot wait to take, where people are saying what is really possible. That's what today is all about. So today, I'm going to give you a clear path for people who particularly do not have any background at all, right? And our program is built for busy professionals. We have live classes for you guys. We provide real support and you get real outcomes. So please just come with me. As they've introduced me, my name is Gbemisola Ojo and I work with one of the big 4 consulting firms globally, PwC UK, and I'm also the founder of Cloudboosta. I'm a certified solutions architect. My background is mechanical engineering. I had a first class and distinction in my master's, but I don't do any of those. I've got over 8 years experience in digital innovation, and generally, I'm just passionate about helping people. I'm very passionate about all things technology, and that's the heart behind what we do at Cloudboosta. So Today I'm going to be showing you how you can transition into tech this brand new year. Many of you have said new year, new me. This is the practical way to make that happen. So this webinar is for you if you do not have a tech background, right? If you want better income and career options, if you feel stuck about you're not sure about your next move, just pay attention. It's going to be a very short one. Some of you have been in our lunch. This one is not a masterclass. It's just straight to the point. How can we help you? How can we support you? It's not just about setting the goals. You need people to hold your hands to help you achieve your set goals, okay? So these are the career problems that a lot of professionals face. And I'm sure you guys can probably find yourself in some of these things, right? You know, some of you are thinking, so for in some cases, your skills can be capped, right? You know, you get to a point where you feel like your career growth is so slow. I'm not being challenged. You know, the funny thing about human beings is that when we are in roles, right? Sometimes we have this mindset of, I want to live a soft life. I don't want to stress myself. But the funny thing is that if you're in a career and you're on the same level for long, you will get tired, you will get bored, you will be looking for new challenges. So these are some of the challenges you're currently facing. I'm sure some of you can relate to this. And there's some fields that you're in, that you're working hard, you're working so hard, but it's not equivalent to you getting an increase in pay. In fact, sometimes you look at your manager's paycheck and you're like, if my manager is earning this, and this person has been in this company for 20 years, what then is the hope for me? Why we're here today to show you that there are other alternatives you can consider, and you don't need to have a background. We just need people who are passionate. I studied mechanical engineering. People say, oh, engineering, technology is the same thing. They are completely different. What matters for you, if you want to move into this field, is that you're ready to put in the work, right? And you're ready to come with us on that journey, and we're here to support you. So some of you are in jobs where the income growth is so slow. And for people abroad, some of you are even in roles that there is no visa sponsorship. Maybe you're in the UK, you're trying to stay back in that country. Some of you even have right to work in the UK already, but you just need a job. Some of you want a career that will challenge you. Some of you are in roles that you feel like you're underemployed. This webinar is for you. This conversation is for you. So the question is, why do you need to transition into cloud computing? And I'll just tell you from layman's terms what this is about. Everybody already knows we are in what we call an intelligence age right now, where everything is going to be driven and powered by technology, and you need to harness all the tech. I mean, I was speaking to a 60-year-old woman yesterday, and I was telling her about cloud, and she was like, oh yeah, I know what it is, because I mean, this is a woman that has a PhD in agriculture, and she was telling me tech skills is inevitable these days. Like, even her, as a 60-year-old woman, she's making sure that she knows what's going on. She was telling me that jobs are going to be replaced by AI, you know, cloud is the future. I was so surprised. I was like, if so, and this was even in Ibadan. Like, I was in Ibadan yesterday. I'm currently in Nigeria, going back to the UK next week, you know. So I was just like, wow, that is the whole world. If adults are even trying to equip themselves, you as a young person, there is no excuse. Tech is the future. But what does that mean for you? And that's what we're talking about today. Now, why do you need to transition into cloud? I want to show you what is available in the cloud market. Some people don't know what cloud is, and that's okay. You don't need to know. But one thing I want you to know is that at the moment, the cloud market is currently at a market size of $943 billion, and it's set to increase to $3.3 trillion market in 2033, right? The expected increase is that high. So what does that tell you? The cloud revolution is accelerating. The market is increasing. There's a whole, and the reason why this is happening is because organizations are migrating their systems to the cloud. And I'll tell you what the cloud means, but right, I'll tell you what that means in a bit. But I want you to know that the market for cloud computing is big. You want to build your career along a significant trend. You want to build skills that 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, 30 years down the line, you are relevant. If that's what you want for yourself, then this is the place to be. There is a huge skills gap at the moment, right? About 37% of IT leaders identify DevOps as their top technical talent skill gap. That's one of the areas that have a big change. This is something that I have experienced myself, right? And there is a 20% gap between open DevOps roles and qualified professionals. So when you're finding these things, what should you do? You're supposed to take advantage of it. If companies are looking for qualified and experienced DevOps engineers, you should take advantage that, okay, fine, if I'm looking for a career that will challenge me, that will give me greater pay, that will give me a visa, that will help me to live a better life for my family, why not build along the trend, right? Instead of trying to fight the trend. Every organization that did not innovate and we're fighting that, oh, what we know is what there is, they ended up being extinct. And we have many examples. 68% of IT teams now have upskilling programs, right? Because they're trying to see how can we get people upskilled. But if you train yourself outside of the pressure of work and you're able to get into that DevOps role, you're in a better position. So I want you to know that companies are searching for the right talent. Some of you were in our meeting last webinar. That's what I was talking about, where one of our instructors at Cloudboosta was talking about, the opportunities are available with the rise of AI. There will still continue to be demand for cloud engineers because AI runs on the cloud. A majority of AI workload is currently being run on the cloud. So companies are searching for the right talent, and with limited qualified professionals, there are unprecedented opportunities for those who get trained. Anytime you listen to success stories, anytime you listen to how you can be successful, one of the things they will always tell you about is being able to choose where you want to go, stay focused on it, do everything it takes, and put all your effort, as long as you know that there is a demand for that area that you're putting all your effort into. So you can actually go from not knowing anything. That's why we're here for you guys. You can go from not knowing anything to actually becoming a cloud DevOps professional this year, this quarter, right? This year, 2026. So now, like I said, all that unprecedented growth, the fact that organizations are migrating to the cloud, the fact that a lot of IT companies are going to be running majority of their workload on the cloud in the coming years, what that means for you is that there are opportunities. You can access high salaries. You can future-proof your career, right? You can experience explosive job growth. In my experience in the field, I've been in this field for over 8 years. And in my experience, each time I've transitioned about 3 roles. In fact, my current job, one of the main reasons, anyway, well, I love my current company and I'm going to be there for a long time, right? But the thing is, for all the time that I've had to move from one role to another, I've had the opportunity to either experience 50% increase in my salary, right, within a 2-year gap, or even 100% increase. And that is my experience. And anybody that is in this field will tell you. So it's not so much about, oh, I'm currently in this role, right, and this is how much I'm earning. My question for you is, that role that you're in, what is the trajectory? What could you possibly earn 2 years or 3 years down the line? In cloud DevOps, I can assure, if you get into this field, right, this is an area where you enter today, you earn a certain salary, you start maybe like 35K or 40,000 pounds for people in the UK. 3 years down the line, you could be on 60,000. Like, that's how the market is. Before you know it, you're on 6 figures, right? So this is how, so the trajectory, but of course, I'm not saying all this like they'll just throw money at you. You need to learn the skills, you need to be good. And that's why we're here to take you on that journey. So every modern company now needs cloud and DevOps professionals. We're talking about globally. So this is the opportunity to actually rebuild your career in the right direction. And again, that's why we're here. So what exactly is cloud computing? Simply put, we're delivering computing services over the internet instead of using local computers. That is as simple as that. Instead of us to have a computer and use it to do computing services, right? We decide that, you know what, let me use somebody else's computer. A very, very simple example, I always give this example, I feel like everyone can relate. Think about your iCloud. At some point, for those of you that are iPhone users, or Google Drive for anyone that uses any phone, right? At some point, you have files stored on your laptop. And all of a sudden, your laptop is filled up. You don't have space anymore. If you're using an iPhone, they'll tell you, do you want to buy iCloud storage? For those of you on that have a Google account, you can actually choose to upload the extra files into a Google Drive. And what happens is that you can access those files as long as you have access to the internet, any day, anytime. That is what cloud computing is. So we're saying that instead of organizations to say, okay, I want to have my own server room. Let me have this server room. Let me, have my computer room sitting in my office. We're saying that, you know what, why don't you go ahead and why don't we use somebody else's computer. Let's use a major cloud provider. So we have global cloud providers, we have AWS, we have Microsoft Azure, we have all of these organizations that are major cloud providers who are actually able to rent computing resources for people that need it. So organizations are like, this is revolutionary, because do you know that I have worked in an organization before that they got to a point before cloud, they got to a point where they had to start buying so much, investing in real estate just to keep their servers. They had to keep buying land space because they had to keep physical servers. An organization like that, immediately they heard about the cloud, they were like, you know what? It doesn't make sense for us to keep buying land just to keep servers. If we can run all our computing needs on somebody else's computer, why not, right? So it is so revolutionary. So think about it. You don't need to own a power plant, for example. You don't need to own a power plant. Like, you just plug in and use what you need when you need it, right? So that's how it is. Because you need electricity doesn't mean you need to go and build an entire power plant, right? You get it from a central power plant. That's how it is in the world of cloud computing as well. So our major cloud providers, we have AWS, we have AWS, we have Microsoft Azure, and then we have Google Cloud Platform. There are many of them, really. There's so many of them, but these are the popular ones. Now, some of the advantages of cloud, you can see it below, like scalability. I'm sure you can already tell me, like when I start introducing people into the world of cloud, right? And I tell them, based on what I just explained to you, what do you think are some of the advantages? Start telling me scalability, because you can literally go from, you're an organization that serves 50 customers to 10,000 customers in a few seconds. If you had to keep buying computers every time you have a computing need, that is absolutely impossible, because you have to now think about how much servers do I need to serve 10,000 people instead of 50,000 people. When you build on the cloud, you're easily scalable. It's cost efficient because you only pay for what you use. You don't need to buy servers, you don't need to buy infrastructure, right? And then there is global access. Anywhere you are, you remember the example of Google Drive. If you travel from Kaduna to Kano, or you travel from London to Egypt, if you need to access your Google Drive, all you need is internet access and your login details. You can access it. So organizations are now moving their workload into the cloud environment, into the cloud environment, which is major cloud providers' infrastructure, right? So that they don't have to bear the cost and the demand of having to manage physical servers. Is everyone clear about what cloud is? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what cloud is based on what I've explained. Give me a thumbs up. All right, I can see a few thumbs up, right? But I want you to know that this area is now in significantly high demand. It takes a lot of understanding to actually be able to be. So let's move on very quickly, and then we'll go to the question. So yeah, so that's what cloud computing. And when we talk about DevOps delivery, right? DevOps is the culture that combines development and operations, teams, right? And the idea is for them to work together, because in every organization you have developers, you have operations teams. So DevOps is a culture that that enables developers and operations teams to work together, working together to create faster, more reliable software delivery. And they do this through things like automation, collaboration, continuous improvement. And we noticed that when organizations decide to run their DevOps, which is a new way of delivering software on the cloud, it significantly accelerates the organization's journey. This is why we're like, you know what? There is such a big demand for people who now have both cloud computing and DevOps skills. Some people do DevOps without cloud, but that's not the modern way, right? Every modern organization is saying that, yeah, we want to deliver in a DevOps manner, because DevOps is an approach to software delivery. When we talk about tech companies, most of them are centered around building a product. Netflix is a tech company. Instagram is a tech company, right? WhatsApp, right? All of these are tech platforms that require the skills that we're talking about. So if you look at WhatsApp, for example, and tomorrow they've changed the feature on WhatsApp, trust me, they use the DevOps process, because what happens is that when you're doing DevOps delivery, right, you're able to automate, changing your WhatsApp, changing, delivery changes to an application happens significantly fast without you even knowing that anything has changed. So you as an end user, you go to your WhatsApp and you're like, they've added a new feature. Anytime you see a new feature on your WhatsApp, just think DevOps just happened, right? That's what it is. So I'm giving you examples of things you can relate. So organizations are like, okay, you know what? We want to incorporate DevOps. We want to run on the cloud, right? And that is why there are so many gaps in organizations, because these skills are hard. Even people, I've met people who studied computer science recently and they don't know what I'm talking about. The people who are studying computing and they are not in the world of, they are not really in the nitty-gritty of what is happening in the industry. We are the ones in the industry. We understand the trends. We see the trend. We drive the trend. And we're coming back to say, you know what? Let's build an academy where we actually teach you what is relevant in the industry. You learn it and you're able to get the job opportunity. So these are some of the elements of DevOps, right? Which again, you will see that we offer all of that. So how this can transform your life is that you can actually switch into the world of cloud DevOps. You don't need to have a background. At Cloudboosta, we've helped people coming from background in English. One of our students, she studied at Greek. I was still chatting with her some days ago. She's now a DevOps engineer. Some people have a tech background. They don't know about DevOps. We teach them. They land the jobs. There's some people that they don't have any experience at all. All these things are spoken out. Some of you are still like, I'm not really clear what she's saying. That's why we're here to break it down. We want to take you on a journey from where you are to where you could be, where there are opportunities available. That's why we're here. So you can switch into the field of cloud computing and DevOps. You can check all those things I'm talking about online. Just go into ChatGPT and ask, give me 10 skills that will be relevant 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now. There are many tech skills, different tech skills. But the reason why I say is that when you're choosing, we're making a decision about what tech field you want to transition into, you need to think about who is going to take me on that journey, who has been successful in that journey. How can I get support when I get stuck, right? That's why we're saying, come to us. We have the skills, we've been doing this for many years. We can actually help you on that journey. So there's financial freedom available in the world of cloud. Sometimes people finish our training and they're actually in tears. I'm not joking, because they're like, wow, I did not think I could even change my career. I didn't think I could learn something. There are people who have done PhDs in other fields and they're like, you know what? I'm not able to access opportunities here. Let me just transition. And the funny thing is that the earlier you move, the better. So what we're saying, come into an area where there are opportunities that you can access. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying that it is doable with us supporting you and you dedicating your time and energy. That is when you begin to experience trust. So how can that happen? Okay, and of course, you can experience liberty. We have people who have finished their training and they've gotten jobs remotely. They are just balling. Some people are in Nigeria, they're working in companies. Some people are in the UK, they are sitting in their houses doing local remote jobs. Some people have to do hybrid. In fact, my company, I'm still doing hybrid, but there's some organizations that allow you to actually work fully remotely. So there are opportunities that you can access. So I'm introducing you to Cloudboosta Academy, right? And I'm beginning to wrap up because I just want to take your questions and see what is burning in your heart and how can we help you. It's a new year. You can actually go ahead and do something brand new, especially if the area you're in, you're tired already, you're thinking that there is more. Don't limit yourself because of what you studied at university. That was what you committed 4 years or 5 years of your time to. You have a whole 30 years or 40 years of professional life ahead of you. You can decide that I want to spend half a year or 3 months, or in this case, minimum of 8 weeks. Move into something else that I know that will assure my financial, that I know that I'm going to be on a very good trajectory financially. So I'm introducing to Cloudboosta Academy, where we are able to guide you from where you are, you're a beginner, to being a job-ready professional in a minimum of 8 weeks. We have different ways to go about it, and I'll break it down. So at Cloudboosta, we give you structured learning. This is what makes us different from you going online and saying that you want to learn something on your own. How are you going to be able to manage? How are you going to manage the information overload, right? How are you going to be able to manage the fact that if I was so shocked today, I was talking to somebody about Udemy, and they say, Udemy has made all their courses, just do something, you can access all the courses. So these days, you are in a world of information overload. It's right there. But how do you know what you need? And how do you get supported on journey? That's where we come in. So you're learning from industry experts. Everyone that is teaching your cloud, they work as cloud DevOps professionals. I work as a cloud DevOps professional. This is what I do. I've led cloud migration projects. I've helped organizations to do their DevOps assessment, all sorts of things. So I'm teaching you from my day-to-day experience. So what you're learning is directly relevant to what's happening in the industry. You work on hands-on projects. You're able to build your portfolio, and we also support you with getting a job. right? CV reviews, interview preparation, job readiness session, internship opportunities. This one is now a core part of what we're doing because we know that internship is very needed. So when you finish with us, you have the opportunity to actually do an internship, see, get access to live cloud DevOps and environments, and you're able to land the opportunity that you want. We don't leave you until you land your job. I've seen some of our alumni on the call. They're always with, like, even when you've got to your job, we're still there supporting you. On your way to get to the job, there's one of our alumni that had an interview today. I have another one that has an interview next week. I'm already working with her. I'm already preparing her. That's how it is at Cloudboosta. So we're always with you all through the journey, okay? So what can we get done? So within 8 weeks, you can go through our cloud computing pathway. So we have our cloud computing pathway where we're teaching you from scratch. You do not have a background in cloud DevOps and you're learning from scratch. So here you get to understand AWS as a cloud deployment platform and explore real life use cases. From your first day when you're building on the cloud, you're actually looking at problems that we're solving in the industry. Whatever it is that you're doing is directly relevant to what you'll be doing on the road when you land your dream job. So you learn to build scalable cloud architectures on AWS and Microsoft Azure. You understand various AWS services and real life case studies. You learn basic programming language. You need a bit of programming in cloud. We don't hide that. But one thing I say is that you can learn it, right? Everything can be learned. You get to use Git and GitHub for source code management. You get to land roles within a cloud engineering space, right? And these are some of the tools you will learn with us. And then we also have the advanced DevOps pathway again for another 8 weeks period, right? This is where you get to understand CI/CD deployment. You learn what we call containerization using Docker. You learn container orchestration using Kubernetes. You work on advanced DevOps project, and you're able to become a sought after cloud DevOps engineer. I know that some of you have never heard of these tools before. Don't be intimidated. But if you check any DevOps job description today, you would see these tools there. We've done a lot of research and we've looked at what are the tools that are relevant for you as a cloud DevOps engineer, and those are the things we teach you. So whether you decide to do cloud computing alone, which will take you 8 weeks to complete with us, that's how you can be job ready. By understanding the cloud computing side of your training alone, you're able to access, cloud computing jobs, right? You're able to access junior solutions architect jobs. You're able to access jobs within the cloud space. But by doing both cloud and advanced DevOps, you are now able to, access both cloud DevOps opportunities. It gives you opportunity to access a wider range of, pool of tools, right, that you can learn. So, and again, I've talked about what makes Cloudboosta different. You know that already. You're working on hands-on experience. And these are some of our learners, Docker studied at Greek University. We have Ebu who studied nursing, right? We have Olumide who, just shortly after his training with us at Cloudboosta, I was able to get a new job. Adiola, working mom, right? Said the journey stretched her beyond her comfort zone, but it was worth it because she's working as a DevOps engineer now. She had been focused on her family for many years, right? 3 years. And then she was like, you know what? I'm ready to make a change in my career. She came to us, we helped her, and a number of other people that we've helped as well. The testimonials are all there, so, and this is not all, right? So at Cloudboosta, we're able to support you. You have live classes with us. Every Saturday you come to class, we teach you. If you don't come to class, we come after you, work for you. See, it is we're very serious. This is not a joke. You want to transition, and we know that adult learning can be distracting. So we've put systems in place to ensure that you actually come to class, you attend our classes, and you're able to maximize. So we have live instructor-led classes. We have hands-on labs where you work on projects, like I said, career preparation and job readiness. Some sessions are just dedicated to let's work on your CV, let's work on your LinkedIn profile, let's do interview simulation sessions. Even after you finish with us, you have access to our training program for at least a year. Sometimes we even give people access. Some people come back and say they still need to access the courses on their roles and all of that. And then we help with your internship and job placement opportunities as well. So it's a full package. We don't just leave you, right? So each of our pathways for 8 weeks costs £750 each. So if you do 8 weeks, you learn cloud, you access cloud computing jobs, you just £750. And then if you want to go ahead with the advanced DevOps pathway, £750 as well. So the combined 0 to cloud DevOps for you is just 1,500 for 16 weeks, right? And because you guys have stayed, I didn't promise at the beginning. I think we said it in some of our communication. There's actually a special discount for you guys. So if for those of you that For those of you that have stayed up until this point, right? It's a new year, and we want to help as many people as possible. We want you to come and learn. Let us support you. Let us hold your hands to transition. Because you have stayed up until this point, we're going to make it each pathway for you, going for the cloud pathway for 8 weeks, going for the advanced levels pathway for 8 weeks. Together, combined, you're only going to pay £1,100 for 16 weeks program. I just finished a training at work, right? Again, on cloud computing. My that training cost, each day of the training was a 5-day training, and that training cost £4,000 for 5 days. That's how cloud professional courses are. We are holding your hand. This one was saying that for a 16 weeks period, £1,100 is highly discounted. So, and this offer expires on Thursday. It is only available for the next 6 days. Last webinar I told people about it, but I was able to go into greater details for people that already have a background. But for you that are starting from scratch, yes, there's installment payment plan available. For people that are starting from scratch, our recommendation, go ahead and do these 2 pathways. Combine the 2 pathways together. You feel like I can only do 1 pathway for now. Start with 1 pathway. When you have the resources, you can do the second one. But if you can do the 2 together, please go ahead and do the 2 together. £1,100. Be with us for 16 weeks, 9 to 5 every Saturday, 16 weeks, including supporting you after the program. You're getting significant value. People that have finished our training have come back to say, this is too much value for the price. And this significant clash in price, this significant, crash in the price is only available till Thursday. If you join our webinar after Thursday, you will see a completely different price, which is more reflective of the value that we're giving you. This one is just come and take advantage of this new year. It's a new year. People that are serious are the ones that are like, what am I going to do this new year? That's why you're here. That's why we said that once it's 29th of January, you won't see any presentation that has this kind of price anymore. But we've made this available to you. You've joined at the beginning of the year. You're serious. You want to get started on a new journey. I want to support you. So please take advantage of this, okay? Take advantage of the early bird discount, okay? Our classes are starting. Our classes are starting on 21st of February, and there are limited seats available, okay? If you're interested, just send a New Year discount to any of our program advisors. Now, we have 3 of them. Send to any of these numbers and we'll get in touch with you. We're here all evening. We are actually here all evening to answer your questions. Any question you have, just join us. When you finish with us, we give you access to prepare for your AWS Solutions Architect Associate certification, which a lot of our graduates take advantage of, and they get their certification, and we give you a certification of completion. And when you finish with us at Cloudboosta, your time with us counts as work experience. Your time with us counts as work experience. So we give you reference. Some of you are in countries where, because we're a company based in the UK. So we give you reference that you've actually been with us for the period of time that you've, and it has significantly helped people. Letter of recommendation, you've worked with us, we can attest to your character, and then you're able to get your next role from there. So please take advantage. I'm telling you, from Thursday, you will not see this discount anywhere again. This is just for you. You join the call. You're ready for the new year. You're not procrastinating. By next week, you'll be surprised that what you will see is going to be significantly different, more effective of the value we offer. But right now, we're just making it accessible to as many people as possible because we want to help you. It's a new year. It's a new year, and we're like, let's start by helping people and giving them opportunities to access. So please take advantage of this. And I'm just going to go straight to the questions, okay? Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please start reaching out to us. We're available all evening. Don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate, okay? Come and start speaking to us. Come and start speaking to us and, take advantage. So someone says, is it actually possible to be job ready for cloud or DevOps in 8 weeks? If I have zero tech background, yes, it's possible. I just broke it down for you. We encourage you to actually go ahead and do a 16 weeks journey with us as opposed to 8 weeks. If you want to start with 8 weeks, that's fine. If you have some background already and you just want to level up, maybe you've actually done your cloud certification already and you just want to level up, you can just sign up for the advanced DevOps pathway. But if you're learning from scratch, do cloud and DevOps, because the more skills you have, the greater demand you'll be in, right? The more the what you can negotiate, right? Someone that is coming in to a job, you have just cloud skills, is different from negotiation for if you have cloud and DevOps. Okay, when you say job ready, what does that truly mean? I hope I've clarified it from the presentation because there were questions that came earlier, right? It means that you're gaining the hands-on experience, you're learning on the job, you know how to do your interviews, you know, because all of that is infused in your program. Will I have real projects to show my employers or just education? Oh yes, you'll have real projects that you. The companies actually hire beginner into cloud and DevOps today. Yes, we've seen it happen and will continue to happen, right? And if you take our training seriously, after the training at Cloudboosta, we have a powerful alumni community where we keep giving them advanced projects to work on, and now we have internship infused in your learning with us. So what happens is that with your internship, with your advanced DevOps project that you get to work on with us at Cloudboosta, infusion of that, sometimes people even get mid-level roles instead of entry level. So take advantage of that, right? What salary range should beginners realistically expect in their first role? I can tell you, like, for on an average, right, for people based in the UK, people that have finished our program and access opportunities, it has not been anything less than 35,000. Sometimes people even get higher, 40,000, 45,000 pounds to get started. Okay, so, and in Nigeria as well, we even have some of our people that are working in Nigeria earning foreign currency. Okay, so and there are installment payment plans available. Okay, does Cloudboosta provide reference? Oh, absolutely, we do that. Job reference is a big deal these days when applying. Oh yes, we do provide job reference for you because we're a tech development company as well. So all the projects you're working on class as work experience that has helped our students to access what pathway and timeline to become a solution architect with no tech background. Yes, you can do the cloud pathway, you know, on if you want to be a solutions architect, right? But again, like I said, the more tools you know, the better you are, even as a solutions architect. So for everyone learning from scratch, I would recommend that you do the 16 weeks, combine both cloud and DevOps so that you're better placed in the job market. How much is the first 8 weeks and second 8 weeks? I think I've already covered that, right? So combination of the two, for you guys that are currently on the call, £1,100, okay? Does the cost include voucher for your AWS certification exam, or do you still need to pay AWS separately for the exam? This particular highly discounted price does not include your voucher. However, for people that do really well, you know, we'll make 2 AWS exam vouchers available for them free of charge out of people that are getting discounted rates, right? So but and again, the AWS voucher is $150, about £100. So yeah, okay. Will you have to choose between AWS and Azure? So yeah, that's a good question. And I like that because so what we teach, we majorly focus significantly on AWS, right? Because you know, AWS is easy, blah blah blah, you know, it's user friendly, right? If you learn AWS, you can actually learn other cloud platforms. But the thing is, we also have started introducing it to Microsoft Azure because again, as an organization, we're not rigid. We're seeing that there's a demand, a lot of, especially in the UK and globally, it seems a lot of people are becoming more interested in Microsoft Azure. So we're not loyal and saying that because we're teaching AWS. So that's why we're like, you know what, let's also introduce our students to Microsoft Azure. But understanding one cloud platform is sufficient enough to get you started on your cloud journey. And with AWS background, you can actually access Microsoft Azure opportunities as well. Some people go ahead, do our training, and then they get Microsoft Azure job. So we actually, you don't need to choose. Right now, we're infusing the two, okay? Do you have options for those who can't make it to live classes? Yes, you can watch the recorded version of our course. See, what I've said is another thing about training is that every single Saturday, you have to, as you're coming to class, you're entering into various breakout rooms where you're working on projects. You don't finish your project, there's an opportunity for you to submit. If you get stuck on the project while you're trying to do it on your own, we have weekly check-ins every Wednesday. You join us on the call and we help you solve, we help you see as a student-centered learning. So it's not like we'll take on the difficult work and say, oh, let me show you what the solution is. We show you that, okay, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? And then you're able to solve that problem. So it's a journey. You're going to be ready to, you have to be ready to fail forward, right? It's a different journey than what you've been on before, but is a rewarding. Ultimately, when you think about the rewards that are ahead, you have to think about why. You know, for some of you, you want to relocate. For some of you, you want to go ahead and, you know, you want to join your family abroad. For some of you, you want to bring your family to where you are. Some of you just need that extra funds. You want to sponsor more children to go to secondary schools. Some of you, having more finances helps on many levels. And that's what you think about. So you want to position yourself into an area where there is that opportunity to earn very well, to grow while you're earning. Most of us have been in the field for over 8 years, already on 6 figures. There's some fields that you will be in, and it's just like every year, £5,000 increase in salary. And this applies across board, right? Even in US, even in Canada, even in Nigeria. You're sitting out in Nigeria. I know people that on this same DevOps in Nigeria earning dollars, or in Nigeria earning millions. Significant salary opportunities are available for you within this field. So I want to take advantage of it. Please put your questions on Slido. I know some of you have put it on. Okay, when are we starting? The program starts on 21st of February. So like I said, this discount is only for 6 more days. If you're interested, please lock it down. We have up to 2 installment payment plans available. Reach out to one of our program advisors and they will be able to guide you. Okay. Does anyone else have any? If I start with the first stage, can I still enjoy the discount up until the 4th stage? Talk to one of our program advisors. Once you've gotten started, any other thing you do with us at Cloudboosta, you get a discount for it because you've gotten started already. So we've got you. We've got you. All right. So that brings us to the end of our session today. We're available all evening. You don't need to go and procrastinate again. Make a decision today. In fact, for those of you that make a decision today, for those of you that make a decision today. You don't need to lock down that discount. Okay, don't overthink it. I'm not saying, of course, think about it. Some of you, that's why I said how many of you have joined us before. Some of you have been hearing this, you have been hearing this. Let 2026 be your year, right? Let 2026 be your year. It's going to challenge you. I'm not even going to lie, but it is doable. You have to think about what are you trying to achieve at the end of the day, and let us hold your hands to get you to that dream role, that dream opportunity that you want to access. Okay, so our course starts 21st of February. The next one is going to start in April, right? Our next course is going to start 3rd week of April. For those of you that are asking when are the start date, so we try to start a new course every other month so that we access both. You can be rest assured we're starting this one February 21st, and then the next one should be about 25th of April for the next course. Okay, so please take advantage of these opportunities. Does anyone else have any questions? I've covered everything. I wanted to keep everything to 1 hour. I think it's been a good 1 hour. So be in our DMs, please. Can you put the links again to our program? We have 3 program advisors. Some of you just go for the 3rd number. Some of you just go for the 2nd one. Go for the 1st one. It's all available. Okay, we have 2 program advisors that you can reach out to. So please take advantage of those 2 numbers that you can see in the chat. Just send them NYD. We know you're on the call, and lock the door. If you have further questions, again, we are also doing one-on-one career counseling sessions with me. If you're in one of our WhatsApp communities, again, take advantage. Just fill the form. You have a session with me where we look at your own unique career, and then we're able to chart a course for you for 2026. Thank you so much, everyone. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. It's Friday evening. Some of you want to just rest, relax, but think about the fact that you could significantly earn a lot more this same year, 2026, right? Reach out to one of our program advisors and we'll guide you. Lock down this discount. You will not hear me give this kind of discount again after Thursday. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye, everyone. Thank you.